Thank you, Cindy. All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. Okay, let's get started here. First off, while this is loading up here, I'd like to thank you all for taking a little of your precious time to be with this precious family. All right, so here we go. May 6th, 2024. The data from the 5th is out, but not the difference model here at Seeds. So we're and the anomaly is back too. We were just talking about it last night, huh? And funny how we were looking for it last night and it shows up today. Anyways, so we'll get to that here a little bit later in the show. Meantime, as you can see, we've had some activity going on, and whatever this thing is, I'll let you be the judge of that. So let that loop come around, and we'll catch the beginning of it and go through this frame by frame. Okay. Yeah, opening frame, 024. Let's scoot it down. All right, you can see we already have a couple of CMEs underway. This one down here, little object, you can see it right there, putting a dent in the instrumentation, something leaving the screen here and there. So let's just dive on in. And as this proceeds to move out of frame there, hey, Cindy, we'll talk about sometimes when you say stuff or you think stuff, did you make it happen, or was it manifesting it, or did you anticipate it or predict it? Because stuff like that happens to me a lot. And it's like, whoa. Anyways, you can see this little guy down here hiding out down below there, sneaking through there. And then here's our main eruption off the top here. Really can't see too much in it. Why is it still playing the music? Get out of there. All right, there we go. Now it's still playing the music there. All right, something sneaking through there too as well. And then this eruption right here, you can see our little object right here at the leading edge, right? And as it emerges, look back behind here, there's a little bow shock wake here. So it's either like two separate objects or something bigger. I don't know. It's interesting looking. Now you see this little bow shock of plasma that's bent this way from plasma going around this magnetic field faster than it's moving out. So there's like, whoops, let's back up a little bit. It's just an odd configuration there. And then you can kind of see as it leaves the screen there, something was in there. Let's go right to like this right there. Excuse me. Just on the closing edge right here, you could see that there was some black round object or what appears to be something there. Very faint though, so. And then you can see the teardrop effect coming back down as this magnetic field or whatever it was in its magnetic field interacted with the sun. All right, so there's your loop for today. Let's just go ahead and start it again. Not really much to look at or much to report on, so. But let's come on over here to the solar ham and dive on in there. And here we are with another event underway as we're talking, as we're reporting here. So let me just go ahead and zoom in on this. Pull it over. Sorry, I'm having a rough day. Anyways, as you can see, here's our X-flare from yesterday. We had a bumpy little ride there, then a little thing at the end. And then right now we just had this. When I pulled this instrument up, it was climbing up, and I thought, "Uh-oh, here we go with another X flare." When I opened the show, but thankfully it didn't go too high. So there's your latest event currently underway right now. Okay, so let me just pull back now, and as you can see, we're currently at M1.4. We can click on this real quick here, and it'll tell us what the maximum of this was. Okay, here we go. Maximum was M5.1 right here. So our latest flare here is an M51. All right, so almost it looked like it was going straight up when I first clicked on this. I thought, we're, like I said, we're gonna have another X flare there, but it tapered off. So still our X flare potential is 50%, M flare 90%. Over here our other indices have dropped a little bit, which is good because all three were yellow last night. This one's still at 171, still in yellow, so we'll watch it carefully. Our geomagnetic forecast, all green. I don't know what they're thinking, but we'll kind of do our own independent report on that. So meanwhile, here's all our X flares, 3 in a row. XM, 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 triple X. So a lot of red on the map. A lot of red on that screen right there. And it's all because of this bad boy right here. 3663 is beta gamma delta. And now 3664, we were talking last night. We were hoping this wouldn't happen, but it's now gone beta gamma delta too. Okay, so we got two very dangerous sunspot regions. This is the one that's on the southern hemisphere that's rotating into the strike zone. This one's on the northern hemisphere rotating out of the strike zone. So this is our new nemesis to worry about is 3664 now. Okay, so let me scroll on down here and pop this open real quick. As you can see, our KP index is fluctuating. We had that little spike. It wasn't too bad. It was just a KP5. And then it went back down, a little flustering here. But pretty soon, when we have more inbound energy come, they had that CME that's supposed to sideswipe us. We'll probably see another little jump in KP on the next bar or something. Meanwhile, the auroras are very quiet right now, thankfully. So that's good. Now, a major solar flare reaching X5.2 with the Radio 3 blackout was detected last night in the northern quadrant. This is now the third strongest solar flare of the peak, or of the third strongest solar flare in terms of peak X-ray flux during the current solar cycle. Okay, current coronal dimming north of the region is evident in the latest imagery, meaning somewhat of a CME should be expected. Okay, that's the same thing that they said last night. Okay, the BZ component was in -10, so that could have contributed to a little bit more absorption than regular. All right, so our event, they're not showing anything on that one, and all they're showing is like right here, this little hump right here, but it's not much. It's not our impact, I don't think. Yeah, that's not our impact. So we already received our impact today, and this is just a little wave of energy that's, coming off of a coronal hole or something. All right, so let's get out of there. We're done with that. We saw that before. Let's get over here. Spaceweather.com. Okay, don't be surprised if a CME visits Earth this week. All right. The other one was showing the next 3 days, nothing. Well, I beg to differ, and I'm more agreeing with this. Don't be surprised if a CME visits Earth this week. CMEs don't need to hit Earth to be effective. An example is the near miss on May 5th sparked auroras as far south as the Czech Republic and Europe. With this in mind, high latitude photographers should be alert for auroras. Okay, at least one CME is expected to pass close to Earth between now and May 9th. Okay, so between now and May 9th, well, there's a couple of different days in there that the CME could impact us, or the side swipe from this will graze us and give us some kind of unexpected geomagnetic storm. So don't be surprised if a CME visits Earth this week. We had this thing fire off right in our face. So how could you over here say there's just nothing expected for the next 3 days? Yeah, I think that needs to change. Anyway, so another strong X-class solar flare, hyperactive Sunspot 63, erupted again on May 6th, producing a strong X4.5. We already knew about that. Radiation from the flare caused deep shortwave radio blackouts. Yes, this marks the fourth X flare since May 3rd. Okay, so this little article right here, this marks the fourth X flare since May 3rd. We had an X1.6, a 1.2, 1.2, and now this being the strongest of those, a 4.5, making 63 the most active sunspot of solar cycle 25 so far. 63 is flaring so often because it has an unstable beta gamma magnetic delta field. The sunspot may not be finished. No, forecasters estimate 50% chance of X flares still. Okay, words cannot describe the destruction Starlink is causing to nocturnal environment. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Nice article of all the little streaks it makes across the sky, probably. Okay, let's move on. Over here at Schumann, you can see we had another grinding event, came out of it pretty good. A little weakness right in there, but pumping pretty strong here again. So we had a buildup of pressure. It started grinding again. There was a release of pressure, probably a volcano or a good couple of earthquakes or something. And then the pressure inside the balloon relaxed a little bit, and now we're back to normal operations again. Coming over here, let's just, right now I got you, here, let's pull this up. Here's the upper jet stream, okay, and you can see this region right here. There's just peeling off energy from this flow and taking it way up there. All right, so this giant hook right here is causing a lot of chaos in our weather. All right, and when we go down to lower jet stream, you can see that, take this down, it's producing our storm. It's actually taking all this energy out of the Pacific Northwest. This is one big, huge storm. Let's take it down to the weather level. Okay, so there's your storm sweeping across the plains right here. Texas, Oklahoma. It's still currently having some tornadoes and stuff right now. Missouri tonight is the focal point right now. So you can see the draw of moist air off of the Gulf here, moist warm air, and this cold front dropping down, and they're just mashing together right there, causing all kinds of mayhem. There was already a couple of destructive tornadoes tonight that took out where are the towns? We'll get to that tomorrow night. One of the towns, they had to evacuate the whole town because of all the gas leaks from all the houses that got destroyed. Where's my map here again? Oh, it's those two towns. Oh, come here. And then we also got current tornado warnings going on up in Missouri. Where did that happen? It was down here. Hang on just 1 second here. I'm trying to find this this town, that Bartlesville and Barnesville. So Barnesville and Bartlesville, those two towns got a lot of destruction tonight from tonight's tornado that went through there, and they're still ongoing right now. So very, very volatile situation going on, and you can see why, because of this storm and this negatively tilted trough that's going this way instead of going this way up here. It's got a bend in it that has our linear storm front right in through here, and then there's a second linear going up here. Right here at this bend, right where this storm bends out here at this little nose. Where's my pointer? Right out here. When these storms come up, they whip around, and this is where a lot of the activity has been happening, is at this convergence area right here at the point of this storm. Okay, so there's your storm right now, and then I want to come over here and check our sandstorm. Okay, make sure that's the right date. 24 May 7th. Okay. All right, so huge sandstorm going on here in North Africa, blowing sand across the Atlantic, depositing it on South America. Over here, we still got a little one going on here in Saudi Arabia. This big old one going up here in the Gobi Desert in China. And that seems to be it for right now. But this one sure has like organized and grown in intensity, and is really pushing a lot of sand across the Atlantic now and depositing it in the rainforests of South America. Okay, so there's that. Then I want to come over here to our surface temperature anomalies. Anomalies. We have lots of anomalies, don't we? What's up with all the anomalies? Okay. dropping into Japan, you can see we still have this big old patch of hot water going off there. Let me take the current out real quick. Bingo. You can see that the current's not spreading this water out this way. This plume of hot water out here is not from this. Here, let me put the currents back on real quick for you, just so you can see. All right. The hot water that comes out of this current actually travels through cold water and cools off. So all this hot water up there is independent of this. These are all little heat plumes coming up from the ocean floor. And this activity down at the ocean floor drives a lot of deep sea creatures up to the surface. Okay. So when you see all this hot water, this is all cold water. This is where the fish like to live, is in this big cold patch up here in the North Pacific. Well, when it's turning all hot, they're going to have to either migrate somewhere else, or the bottom dwellers, the ones that dwell down deep, the weird looking ones, they're going to get cooked and rise to the surface and search for other, they're going to come up through the water column because it's too hot down below. And you're going to see all kinds of weird creatures washing ashore, ones that we probably haven't seen before because we haven't explored our oceans thoroughly. Okay, so don't be surprised when we see some weird creatures start to wash up. We've already seen them. We're already seen them. And it's because of this activity right here, okay? Oh, yes, it is going to be a blast. You're right, Watchwoman. I agree with you. It's got to be better than today was. A rough day today. All right. Also, right out in this region now, we're starting to see heat coming up. Okay. Now we also use this to look over at Taiwan, where our fulcrum point is, where we saw a lot of earthquakes and stuff. And we saw bright yellow along this region a while ago, but it is tapered off. And look, we actually have some cold water reaching in to this area. Has cooled off this region so much now that the cold water can penetrate in there a little bit. So a little bit of good news, at least for around Taiwan here, their pressure is kind of subsided. All right, so let's get on over to the earthquakes. And let's jump in here. Okay, no deep quakes in our Fiji region. About partway up the system here, we got a 4.9 or a 5 down at 991. So if that were at the surface, it would have been a 5. But it's not. It's down at 91. So we have a 4.5 at 57. A 4.8 down at 152. This little pit region has some deeper quakes. So right here's a 4.5 at the surface, and then here we go, right off the coast of Java. This is not a boundary quake, okay? This one right here is a 4.6 down at 89. Our little relief valve, the island of Java here, also having quakes and also having volcanoes. So there's your 4.6 relieving energy right there. Look at this. Up by Taiwan, we do have a quake still, though. They had a 5.4 down at 28. And let's see what else they had there. A 5.6. So 2 mid-range 5s right there. Even though we have a little relief of pressure, we had a fulcrum point quake there today. All quiet around that region. Too quiet. Too quiet around this region, too. 3.5. Nothing through here. These are all, what's going on out there. Again, up here at Utah, we had a 3.0. This little spot outside of Salt Lake City up here in Utah, this Thatcher, Utah, has had some activity in the last few days. So possible out there, or, one to watch. Out here is a 2.7. That's the one in Stanley, Idaho. Okay. Also, I want to just check over here. Yep. Okay, every day I kind of want to just check over here at this spot over by New York City. It's very small activity, 1.9, okay, which is fine. It's venting energy and stuff, but what uh what I want to point out here is it's currently active. It hasn't stopped. Every day we get a quake out of there, so it's a pinhole in the skin of the balloon, all right? It's a place where pressure is being relieved daily, not a big magnitude, but it is a weak spot. It's a perforation or a weak spot in the crust right next to New York City. Okay, up here real quick. 2.0 in Oklahoma, all fracture stuff. Let's move on down here. We had a few quakes here. 4.8 at 10, and then the bigger one was a 5.0. So we had a 5.0 and a 4.8. Here's a 4.8 as well up there. 4.8 right there. And that's it for South America. So you can see that our even amount of pressure, 4.8 pressure, pop, 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 all the way right through there. There's a boundary plate. Well, basically a 5 at the surface there, 4.6 at the surface there, and a 4.9 or another 5 out there. So a little uptick. These 4.9s are 5s. Okay, so we've had a little uptick in the amount of 5s that we're having. Here's a 4.3 over here at 115 at the fulcrum point a little bit. But other than that, it looks like it. Oh, I want to talk about this one up here. Yeah. 5.3 up here in Russia. Now, we don't get many quakes up in this region, do we? Sometimes we'll get some over here in Alaska, way up here. I've seen a few that happen before, but not over on this side, on the Russia. Our normal pattern or routine. It's not a boundary quake. It's not a fulcrum point quake. It's a very diverse quake way up here. Okay. Let's also go into Hawaii here. And you can see they've had a little quake swarm still going on here in Hawaii. It's relieving pressure. The latest one seems to be the biggest, but it's only a 2.0 or 2.1 there. So still a little bit of pressure coming out of the middle of the hub of the wheel. Sorry. If you were to look at this like a bicycle wheel, the ring of fire, this would be the hub of the wheel right in the middle. So when we get pressure, you get it right here as well. Also, let's just take a little peek here at the geysers. Yes, they're performing well, pumping out a lot of little small quakes that relieves energy on a small scale, but still relieves energy. What's this right here? Not big, but we did have a 2.1 up here off of Ferndale there. Okay, that was it. Now, let's take down some of these. Boom, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And that one. And, oh, you don't want to do the forecast yet. That's our current conditions right there. But let's do our volcano report real quick, and then we'll do the weather. Okay. So. All right, already going into May 7th. Okay, Semeru, Ruang, Songay. So let's just hop in. Luatobi, 7,000. Semeru, we had that earthquake off the island of Java. And then we also had a 15,000 foot, like its maximum, so far in height that we've seen. 15,000 foot blast out of Semeru. So our little relief point, our little pressure valve is doing its job and relieving some pressure there. Ruang, 6,000 feet, minor emissions. Purace. Earthquakes associated to rock fracturing continue to be primarily located beneath the crater of the volcano. Okay, next. Come on now. Sabancaya, 24,000 feet. That's pretty tall blast there. Ubinus in Peru. Now let's get into the 6th, which was today. So Ebico, 10,000 feet. Ebu. Remember we saw those ash shooting out of the ground in that video? That was Ebu. Didn't see a height in that one. Luatobi eruption reported, but no height. Luatolo, 7,000 feet. Kilauea, following the strong unrest period at the volcano over the past week, the intense seismic activity halted. No, it didn't. We saw it. Number of earthquakes? No, we saw it. Popocatépetl, 19,000 feet. Santa Guido, 14,000 feet. Fuego, 15,000 feet. Reventador, old one back on the active list, 14,000 out of it. Sabancaya, 24,000. And Ubinus, 20,000. Explosive activity continues. Buenos Aires warned about a volcanic ash plume that rose up to an estimated 20,000 feet. Okay, so down in Peru, we're seeing 20,000 foot blasts out of that. And there's your currently erupting and then minor eruptions. Watch out for Etna in Italy. Okay, I showed you that what was captured in the sky over Italy. So, guys, watch out in Italy. Kluchevskoy and the Kamchatka here could possibly hop over there. Also, Krakatoa and the Sunda Strait. Don't forget, that one's an active volcano. Mayon, watch out for Nevada del Ruiz. It has blasts out of it and should be over on this sometimes. We just read about Purace, so it's now on this. Ruang, or now they got it spelled backwards, wrong. Anyways, on East Java there, we saw it had a 6,000 foot blast, right? So it should be over on this one. See, they do Ubinus here. We just read the article about Ubinus, right? 20,000 feet, is that semi-active? Does 20,000 feet sound semi-active to you? Put it over here. Okay, so we've got a lot of volcanoes going off. I mean, 10 years ago, there was only the one volcano in Hawaii. And if you'd have said, hey, there's 54 volcanoes going off, they would have been like, hey, that had never happened. It seemed outlandish back then. But here, look at this list. Okay? It's a lot of volcanoes. It's a lot of pressure down below pushing to get out and finding all kinds of different ways through all these different volcanoes and earthquakes and such and such. All right. Forecast real quick. There's your current conditions right there. We're actually more worried about Missouri right now, but later on tonight up into Iowa as well, maybe parts of Minnesota tonight. Then as we go into the morning hours, it kind of dissipates, but we still have potential here in Missouri during the morning hours. Then we go to the noontime, convection, nighttime. The morning of the 8th, noon, convection, nighttime. Here's another serious event right here that everybody's concerned about, all right? We saw a lot of activity today. Today was going to be a gnarly day, and it turned out to be not too bad. So, I mean, a couple of towns got hit, but as far as we dodged a bullet, really. There could have been multiple long track maxi tornado, multiple at one time, at the same time, and it didn't pan out. So we did have a couple of powerful ones, but all in all, for how bad it looked, it wasn't so bad today. All right, so again, backing up a little bit, this is the noon of the 8th, convection, and then nighttime. So anywhere in this region, okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be right where this has it. Then we go into the morning of the 9th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 10th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 11th, noon, convection, nighttime. 12th, noon, convection, nighttime. 13th, noon, convection, nighttime. 14th, noon, convection, nighttime. 15th, noon, convection, nighttime. 16th, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime of the 16th, watch out in there maybe. 17th, noon, convection, nighttime. 18th, noon, convection, nighttime. 19th, noon, convection, nighttime. 20th, noon, convection, nighttime. 21st, convection, nighttime. 22nd, noon, convection, and that was all she wrote. So our current conditions right now, this whole region right now, not in good shape. Come on over to Bench the Sky here now, and before we get to our anomaly that just happened again, today's date, this is the 6th down here, May 6th, 2024, Monday, May 6th. And when I was looking at this earlier, they had it projected out in the future, but they took that part down. So there's our last frame, and we're going to go kind of backward in time and watch the progression. Oh, that frame's gone now too. All right, well, we got these 3 frames, and then this next frame, 5 o'clock, they had it blossoming and progressing and going up, but apparently it's already kind of subsided. So there's your maximum right there around 2 p.m. But this anomaly showed up again, okay? And this is May 6th, 2024. What is it? Into Thin Air. There's a channel on YouTube called Into Thin Air. He's the one who discovered this stuff first. And his video from today yesterday shows the whole progression as if it went up, if it continued to go up into Africa. But for the meantime, there's your bulge. It's a bulge in the water. And let's do something real quick. I want to go way up close, next to it. So when you see your wave heights out here, these are all your typical waves, 15, 14, 13 feet, all your typical wave activity. The closer we get, the water gets higher, 21 feet, 22, 25, 27, 37, 39 feet, 46 feet, 50 feet. Now, these aren't 50-foot waves. The water in that right there is 50 feet higher off the surface than it usually is. And then the instrument maxes out at 83.7. So this dome or this ridge probably goes higher than 83.7 feet, probably like 100 feet high or something, okay? And it's a bulge in the water. And here, let me show you something. We're going right there. What was this? The bulge at Lake Erie. I'm just going to type it in here. I can't remember where I saw it. Oh, for the love of God, hurry up. Please. bulge of Lake Erie. Let me just try tapping this and see. It was a water bulge. Sorry, it takes me a second there. Where did that go? I had the video of it somewhere. Let me see if I still have. It might be in my bookmark still. Oh, dang it. I used to have it on here. Is it on this one? No. No, not on that one. Look at that sun halo. That one's different, huh? Anyways, I can't find it. All my bookmarks got erased thanks to these updates. I'm so tired of computers. You have to update every day because we got hackers, and it's like, why don't you guys go get a real life? Quit stealing everybody's stuff. All right, well, I can't find it. There was a bulge in Lake Erie seen the day before, no, the day of the eclipse, just hours before the eclipse. A bulge was recorded, water just lifting up like a bulge in the water out on Lake Erie. Now, this map doesn't cover Lake Erie because it's just the ocean. You look up there at the lakes, there's no readings up there. So I believe what's happening is we're having a celestial body pass by, or we pass by a celestial body or something, and it possibly its gravitational effects, much like the moon, lifts the water and causes the high and low tides. Something, a smaller celestial body passing by way out here could reach down, have a gravitational exchange, and lift the water up off the surface a little bit. And then once it's pulled away from the planet, then it drops back down. And then something else I was kind of looking at here. What did they do here? I want to go back a couple of days here because I was seeing something else here. Well, now that's gone too. What the heck? All right, look down here. You see this little region right there? So, before this thing was up here, do you see how something is starting down here? And then our image shows up there. So let me go back one. Okay, that was it right there. So boom, boom. You see it? Something going on right here. Then it shifts and goes out that way. So it's either water coming out from underneath the ice shelf here, which some people theorize, but I don't see how a thrust of cold water would it would dissipate out in a round circle. It wouldn't lift up a dome shaped structure like this. How do we get this thing to turn to a globe? Settings. Because if you made this map round, no. We'll get into it. I'll have to mess with this another time when I got more time. But if you put this on a globe, this feature would look round. Okay? And it's possibly because of a another body that as we pass, it moves like this, right? It lifts the water up and then passes by Earth and lets it back down. So there was data here for the 5th, or for 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 11 o'clock, but I don't know if it was the projected data. But the 5 o'clock thing that I saw before is missing. The 8 o'clock one is missing. So, hang on. Excuse me. But we still have these frames here. Okay, even though the other projected ones are missing, you can go over to, like I said, Into Thin Air. The channel is called Into Thin Air. He's the one who originally reported on this. And I saw his report today, and I just kind of laughed, thinking, hey, we were just talking about that last night, and then we were looking for it, and then it showed up the next day. So we were a day early, Cindy. But as you can see, there was some, if it came up from like this direction, it would start pulling water like this, right? And these are 3-hour increments. So between 5 and 8, 3 hours later, you can see it's already taking effects here, and we still have our side effects down here. Now, look down there. It's still down here. As we go forward, we're having, what, like another one. But that's projected out into the 7th, or out into the 8th. So that could be possibly, the first one could be the small stellar body, and then the second could be a bigger one. Possibly. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of this stuff too. You know, I'm just putting out there from what I know and what I think and what I see, this kind of behavior happening here. This looks to be like a dome of water or a bulge that's being lifted off the surface of the water. Put this shape over a round map and it will turn into a circle. It will be it'll be round like a circle, like a dome. Okay? And I think that's what we're seeing. It lifts up and slowly lifts up as gravity slowly pulls the water up. It doesn't just jerk it up all at once. Okay? Because if you did that, that would cause a lot of commotion. And it drops it back down slowly too. So it doesn't just, it's not like you pulled a bunch of water up in the air and then let go of it and splash it back down. No, it gently settles back down in over the course of 3 hours. But what's this? Okay, so you see this region getting ready, like whoops. Oh, go back here. Almost kind of anticipating it. Oops. It starts to happen. Okay, the water lifts. We get our bulge. And it kind of drops back down. And we still have this activity in the area. Now, this is future. This is out tomorrow, May 7th. So we'll see if that's what happens. If we get another one of these bulges out here, 72 feet, 74 feet, 76. So another what looks to be round in shape, a bulge lifting down here off the coast of Antarctica. Now, you could say maybe, it's a base down here that's firing stuff. Well, before they thought it was this little island. Where'd that island go? But that island doesn't explain the activity down here, though. So if we see that happening, it won't be the island. So let's put it right back to where we were here. All right, so there's your anomaly right there. Made it back on the map. So this is the third time for this, okay? And I think what I might do is go back and find the dates, find the difference of the dates, what the difference, 24 days, 30 days, what the difference between them are, and project out from this day, 20 days or whatever, and see if it happens again, okay? And if I go back and find that these things keep happening on a set schedule, since the first one, it was 21 days or whatever till the second one, and then another 21 days until the third one. If it happens to be like that, then we're on to something, okay? But until we do that, we'll find out more. I'm sure you're going to hear, it's a glitch or whatever. But why did the glitch have residual side effects when it was gone? Okay. So I'll let you be the judge of that. See this secondary wake right back here? Watch this. See how that follows it? And then we have something else coming down or coming out from down there again. So back up one more time. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so here's your whole event. And notice this is propagating some bigger waves back here as well. Yeah, we'll see what happens here because that's out into the future there. But anyways, there's your anomaly showing up again like before. Whoops, did I miss it? I went back too much. Because I think it was back here. Nope. Too far back. What the heck? All right, there we go. There's your last image right there. 2 p.m. on the 6th of May, 2024. All right, so there's your anomaly showing up again in the same spot, doing the same kind of thing, which tells me, it could be something other than, a celestial body. If it's happening in the same spot every time, that, I was kind of expecting to see this activity happen in a different spot, go in a different direction, possibly. Maybe the same activity just heading, over here, starting over here and going up this way this time or something different. Because keep the luck of some orbiting body to hit the same place 3 times in a row, unless like it's on a perfect orbit or we're on some kind of perfect orbit and it interacts with this region the same way every time. Interesting, though, how we were talking about this last night, went over to this instrument and looked for it. It didn't happen. And then it was 2 hours actually after we looked at this that it started happening. So we missed it by 2 hours, Cindy. But that's pretty interesting how this thing's showing up again. All right. So there's your anomalies. We have water, heat anomalies. We have wave, dome anomalies. We have all kinds of anomalies in the weather, anomalies in the sky. So let's clear out that. Clear out this. We'll keep that. Let's take a peek back here. Make sure our, all right, yeah, our event is still descending there and kind of tapering off there. Okay. All right, now let me go ahead and get some stuff pulled up here for our reading. And let's do Watchwoman of the Dragon. She here? I just want her. She's been doing so much work. Where is it? There it is. Okay, boom. Look at this stuff. Right, that's going to be cool. Anyways, I wanted to pull up the one video that we already have. Is it doing? No. Where we go? Was it this one? There's the burning log one, so it was before the burning log one. It's this one. Is it that one? Whoops. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to pull up her image real quick, the one that she captured, because, well, that's the one. No, it's not that one. And that's the one we just did, right? Oh, dear. All right, we'll come back to that in a second here, then. Pull up some different images here for you guys to read at. Come on now, Google. Here, let's do, let you guys look at that one for a second there. There's the dragon face right there for a second. Watchwoman, would you put in there in the chat what the title of the one with the dog face in it? I was just over there. I wanted that cute little puppy dog guy again. Was it this one? No, that's the one we already looked at, right? Ooh, look at that one right there. Go back. Kind of a dog right there. That's not the one, though. Well, is it in this one? No, that's the one with the log in it. But she's been doing some amazing work, catching some amazing stuff. Okay, there's real activity going on in your clouds. You need to start looking up. You need to start recording, because once you do capture something yourself, then you will know. You won't take my word for it anymore. You will know. It's got to be that one then. I can't keep my mouse on the freaking line. Oh, that's not the one either. Where'd it go? Did they take it down or something? Or did I just not go back far enough? No. 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 Oh, come on. Huh. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, come on. All right. Well, anyways, we got this image right here. We'll pull up some other ones. I really wanted to pull up hers because she put a lot of hard work into it and captured something real. I think you guys have already kind of seen it. Some of you, most of you here have. But I still wanted to pull that up. And I don't get... No, that was 6 days ago. Was it more than 6 days ago already? No, it was since then. Okay. Yes, I'm tripping. Was it the nighttime one? Oh. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess we'll move on. I'll try to find it again. We'll bring it up on our next show, sweetie. Anyways, you guys go over there, take a peek at her hard work. She's captured some stuff. I really wanted to point out that one, wherever it went. Huh. All right. Got this one pulled up. Let's go ahead and pull up some other ones. Oh, dear Lord. These games, these video games are terrible. All right, let's go. Pull up that one. This is important because this was captured out by the moon. Here, let's go do that video real quick while we're playing around here. Oh, that's something else I wanted to go point out here, too. All right, so let's do this part.
Let's see if I can get a better picture on the moon like it's supposed to. Is my hand in front of the thing or something? There you go.
Come on, bit. Jeez Louise.
There it is.
Look at that.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
What is that?
Yeah, it makes it so clear.
There it is. It
So I started. Let's just check this
I want,
out.
this guy bought a new camera to videotape this.
It is February 28th, 29th, 28th, 29th. I have got me a better quality camera to catch this thing in the sky. And holy moly, I am scared. I'm scared, but I'm not going to trip because I've been catching this thing for a while now. It's very ominous. There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. It's a huge face.
What is that?
Looking right down on us. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit brighter. There he is.
Okay, so there's that part. And then there's also more to this video. So let's go back to here.
What's up at DQ? These
Of
two are
course.
debating which $7 meal deal with fries.
So fucking annoying. Come on, DQ, hurry up. already went through all these ads. I had to pause on a certain thing for a reason. Unbelievable. You can't back up in a video to replay something without watching another ad all over again. That's how greedy these cocksuckers are.
Here we go, guys. This is absolutely wild.
Now, they got the dates
This goes
wrong,
back
but
to December 20. We'll talk about it when we get to that point. Here we go.
All right.
It just looks so, I don't know. It says December 21st, 2023, 1:45 a.m. They went inside, got people to come outside. You can tell they were walking outside, half tired, looking up into the sky. Murray Calloway,
play it.
Antonio.
I'm here to see. I gotta get this. Y'all see that?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now, hold up. Let me zoom so everybody can see it. Nice. Zoom on it. Hey, y'all need to call somebody. Yeah.
Who are you going to call?
Tell me where I can call somebody.
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
Tell me where out here what we're looking at. Now, y'all see this. You see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there it is. That's a nice,
Woke him up.
crispy face. Hey, somebody got another phone? I don't want to be the only one recording this.
See the eye looking at him?
Yeah, you gotta get this, we're all out here. We're just out here looking. There's a dog, even a dog's tripping. There it is.
Okay, this is the original video. Again, goes back to December 21st. Analyzing this is because I've had at least
Hang on,
two-
just real
I'm
quick here.
looking now, well, you can probably see it behind me. Maybe three.
Right?
Okay, now again, solid feature in the video. Just like the
This is the
moon
filter
and
that he
the
uses.
clouds. Even though the clouds are vapor, they're showing up cloud mist
Right
and
here.
stuff. Seeing any obvious signs of other than, it just looks totally outlandish. I get that. This format right here, and again, I'm remaining neutral. I'm going to remain neutral. The behavior of the light implies that, yes, there was something there. Right there again, the green thing you saw go in front of, there's a gentleman there. He got his phone out and started recording. But this format right here that I'm using, what it does, it reveals anything solid in the image. This is an image of the sky, anything that has mass, okay? Or appears to have mass, like the moon, the moonlight, the clouds around the moon are going to show up. And then back here, you see the dark voids there. You see a dark void there because it's detecting basically infinity in this mode because there's nothing within range. That's why it's dark there. That's telling it that there's something solid there. But this strange feature, the scary sky, image, whatever, is showing up in this particular modification.
There's something solid
Has
there.
a solid feature in the video, just like the
Has a solid feature. All right, there we go. Of course it has a solid feature. It's a face. It's a real face. It's a big ass face that's out by the moon. The moon is illuminating that face. It's not the clouds. It's not illuminating clouds. That's out by the moon. You saw that man bought a camera and zoomed in to capture what he's been capturing a lot. He said that's where the eyewitness's word says, I've been capturing this a lot. I went and got a better camera so I could get this. Okay, so that face right there is my face. Yeah, pretty weird when this stuff starts happening to you and all these things, paranormal activity happens to you and nobody believes you because, well, it's paranormal activity and nothing like that's ever happened to them. So therefore, it can't be true. You're crazy. No, I'm not. Something paranormal happened to me, and I'm trying to share it with you guys. So, I just X'd out of the one thing I was trying to get to. Breathe, Brian. Nope, wrong one. Just wanted the image. Why can't we focus, Lord?
Might tell us that
Okay.
this is,
Pause. X out. Wow, we didn't have to go through an ad again. All right, so there's my face shining upon you. Let's see. I didn't have a lot tonight because I was not having a good day today. I was very challenged today. We were in adversity today, I'll tell you that much. Everybody take your deep breath, get all comfy, curl up with your cat, do the thing that you do at this point. Okay. All right. Do not despise suffering. It reminds you that you're on the pilgrimage to a far better place. I do provide some pleasures and comforts along the way, but they are temporary. When you reach your final destination, your home in heaven, I will shower you with pleasures forevermore. In that glorious place, there will be no more death, there will be no more mourning, no more crying, and no more pain. The fullness of joy you experience there will be permanent and never ending. Because you are my treasured follower, I can promise that your suffering will come to an end someday. I promise you that your suffering will come to an end someday. Therefore, try to view your troubles as momentary and light, producing for you an eternal weight of glory beyond all measure and surpassing all comparisons. So, try to view your trouble as momentary and light. And when you do that, it produces for you the eternal weight of glory beyond all measure and surpassing all comparisons. So while you continue your journey through this world, be thankful for the comforts and pleasures I bless you with, and reach out to others who are suffering. I comfort you in all your troubles so that you can comfort others. Offering help to hurting people gives meaning to your suffering. What gives meaning to your suffering? Offering help to hurting people. Okay? See people out there, you know they're hurting. Help them. Because offering help to hurting people gives meaning to your suffering. Okay? Okay, so lasting joy. Lasting joy can only be found in me. There are many sources of happiness in this world, and sometimes they spill over into joy, especially when you share your pleasures with me. But I shower blessings into your life, and I rejoice when you respond to them with a glad and thankful heart. So come frequently to me with your thanksgiving, and the joy of my presence will multiply the pleasures of my blessings. On days when joy seems a distant memory, you need to seek my face more than ever. Don't let circumstances or feelings weigh you down. Instead, tell yourself the ultimate truth. Tell yourself, I am continually with you, holding you by your right hand. I guide you with my counsel, and afterwards I will receive you into glory. So as you make your way through the debris field of this broken world, hold on to these truths with all your might. Remember that I myself am the truth. Cling to me, follow me, for I am also the way, and the light of my presence is shining on you, illuminating the path before you. The light of my presence is shining on you. It's illuminating the path before you. Okay. What's the other? Dang it. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Hang on one second here. I had a couple more, I think. Ah, yes, that's the one right there. Actually, we get two of them here, so let's get this one done first. A lot of people are selective about which part of themselves they bring to me in prayer. Some hesitate to approach me about the traits they consider shameful or embarrassing. Others are so used to living with painful feelings and loneliness, fear, guilt, and shame that it never occurs to them to ask for help in dealing with those things. Okay? That's me. I do that. I'm one of those who live with painful feelings and loneliness and fear and guilt and shame so much that it sometimes it never occurs to ask for help in dealing with those things. Still others get so preoccupied with their struggles that they forget I'm even here. So this is not my way for you, beloved. Okay? There are hurting parts of you that I desire to heal. Some of them have been with you so long that you consider them facts of your identity. Remember, we were talking about these facts, the painful feelings, loneliness, fear, guilt, shame. Okay, so you've been with those so long that you consider them the facets of your identity, not the facts, your facets of your identity. You carry these things with you wherever you go, barely aware of their impact on your life. I want to help you learn to walk in freedom. However, you are so addicted to certain painful patterns that it will take time to break free from them. Only repeatedly exposing them to my loving presence will bring you long-term healing. So you repeatedly, over and over, have to expose them to my loving presence. Over and over, they get exposed. You thought you just conquered it? No, we're going to do it over and over and over. It's just so. I want people are addicted to this pattern of painful feelings. They're addicted to watching the news. The news, the mainstream media is nothing but just bad news. And people are addicted to that stuff. They get up and that's the first thing they pop on is the news to find out what the bad news of the day is, right? Well, that's one of the patterns we've got to break. It's an addiction. Only repeatedly exposing your painful patterns to my loving presence will bring you long-term healing. So as you grow increasingly free, you'll be released to experience my joy in greater and greater measure. So come to me, my weary one, and find rest in my refreshing presence. I am always by your side, eager to help you, but sometimes you are forgetful about me. You are easily distracted by the demands of other people, their expectations can be expressed in ways that are harsh or gentle, guilt-inducing or kind. But if these demands are numerous and weighty, they eventually add up to a crushing load. So other people's expectations can be guilt-inducing and be weighty, and they eventually add up to a crushing load. So when you find yourself sinking under these heavy burdens, turn to me for help. Cast your burdens on me. Okay? When you find yourself sinking under the heavy burdens, cast them on me. I turn them around, make good out of them, don't I? I know what to do with them. Cast them on me. Yeah. Turn to me for help. Cast your heavy burdens on me. When you find yourself sinking, ask me to lift those weights from your shoulders and carry them for you. Talk with me about the matters that concern you. Let the light of my presence shine on them so you can see the way forward. This same light soothes and strengthens you as it soaks into the depths of your being. Open your heart to my healing, holy presence. Lift up your hands in joyful adoration, letting my blessings flow freely into you. Take time to rest with me, beloved, and relax while I bless you with peace. Okay, that's it for tonight's show. I got a lot to do still. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little tired too. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Surfer Girl, Cindy, Angel Wings, Jeremy Olson, everybody that made it. Watchwoman, thank you, sweetie. If you find, I was gonna say, Watchwoman, if you find your video, you could post the link in here in the chat. We were gonna talk about chat rooms tonight too. Nah, maybe I'll save the chat room thing for another night. I'm a little tired. Oh, okay, good. Thank you very much, Jeremy. All right, you all, you have a good night. I love you all. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. Can't you tell? And I'm still to come, too. I love you all. Bye.